And this is what kids all over the United States recited. Still sits the schoolhouse by the road, a ragged beggar sunning. Around it still the sumacs grow, and blackberry vines are running. So in the poem, the poet, that is Whittier, he enters this now kind of barren, former one-room schoolhouse, and he remembers the girl that he loved who apologized for passing him in the spelling bee. And she says to him in the poem, I'm sorry that I spelt the word, I hate to go above you, because, the brown eyes lower fell, because you see, I love you. And other takeoffs had boys missing the word on purpose to let the girl pass, and most of all, boys goofing off and getting punished. This is from Missouri. Still sits the schoolhouse by the road, close by the old oak tree, where many a boy has taken a dose of grim old hickory tea. And hickory, of course, is the hickory stick. And what's going on there? This, too, is an interesting maneuver in memory. It's a celebration of the bad boy. The bad boy's good. Oh, yeah. The bad boy is good. Bad is good, right? In this urbanizing era, the bad boy represents this kind of liberty and vitality, a masculine liberty and vitality of a long-lost rural America that we're afraid we've lost. And you see this in Tom Sawyer, right? At the end of Tom Sawyer, he lowers a cat onto the schoolmaster's head, and the cat pulls off the master's wig. But of course, most teachers weren't masters. They weren't men, they were women. But in Twain, when you remember your own youth, you remember a teacher like the bad boy is male. Basically, the only way you can assert this kind of rustic masculinity is to win a schoolhouse battle with a guy, right? It won't do to defeat a woman. So you have painting, you have poetry, and then with electricity, you have commercial entertainment, music, theater, and film. The song School Days, 1909, this song here, School Days, Dear Old Golden Rule Days, reading, writing, arithmetic, taught to the tune of Hickory Stick. You were my queen in calico, I was your bashful barefoot beau, and you wrote on my slate, I love you, Joe, when we were a couple of kids. So here it's a couple looking back on this. But you know who wrote this? Gus Edwards. Gus Edwards was an immigrant who came from Germany at age 7 to Brooklyn. He had never been in a one-room school and most likely never went to one later. By the way, he's later a booking agent for other young talent, for Groucho Marx and Eddie Cantor. But this urban guy, this Brooklyn guy, he writes our best-known paean to the one-room school. In 1949, the New York Times ranked School Days as one of the 10 most popular tunes of the century. So one of the ways we remember the institution like we do is because of all these other images that came after the institution that color, quite literally, the way that we remember it.